Tracy from Bonnie Lake. And for the championship at 113 pounds in Florida, from Evergreen and Vancouver, Michael Wynn. From Tacoma, Tim Whitehead. And in the championship match at 106 pounds for the girls, CARPIO from Todd Beamer and Rachel Archer of Winlock. All right, on the B meet, with a record of 39-1, representing the Liberty Bell.
The 106-pound weight classification in girls wrestling, featuring Ariane CARPIO of Todd Beamer High School out of Federal Way and Rachel Archer out of Winlock. And Archer will get the first points in the match with a 2-point takedown.
Edwards.
2-0 Archer, just getting in the start of things here. 1 minute remaining here in the opening round of the 106-pound classification championship final. CARPIO, a freshman from Todd Beamer High School out of Federal Way, one of 4 high schools in Federal Way, just north of Tacoma. Part of the South Puget Sound League. Placing first in the West Coast tournament, first in USA Female Nationals, undefeated with a record of 39-0. Her opponent, Rachel Archer from Winlock in the red singlet, a junior, placing first in districts, first in regionals. A state runner-up last year at 103 and the defending champion from the 2011 champion at 103 pounds.
And his opponent from Ellensburg High School, the Bulldogs in the red, blue, and white.
And a 1-point escape.
Tim and Kathy Skipton, coached by Jason Eric and Mama Wolf.
1-point escape for CARPIO. And that will be the end of the opening round at 106 pounds. 2-1 the lead for Archer as we go into round 2, and we're going to have ourselves injury time. Our previous match at 100 pounds, Justine Palabrica of Everett winning by decision over Centralia's Isabella Silva Perez by score of 13-4. According to the Washington Wrestling Report, CARPIO, a freshman, number 1 in the state ranking. Archer, ranked number 2. Won the state title at 103 pounds in 2011. Finished runner-up in 2010. As we get it started here in the second round, Archer leading in the match by a score of 2-1. Archer for Winlock down in referee's position, working to a base. Tight waist applied by CARPIO. Attempt at a switch. Switch back, end up getting a single out of the deal. Switches it off to a double. CARPIO still in control. Fighting it off. CARPIO still has control of the situation, all tied up and twisted. CARPIO maintains control. That was a great exchange right there. Ebb and flow back and forth, trying to get control. As we approach a minute to go here in round number 2 at 106 pounds. CARPIO still with control, has a single on the left-hand side. Switches off to the double, but her head is down. That does not give her much in terms of leverage. All she can do is hang on. Archer, on the other hand, trying to find something. And we're going to have ourselves a stalemate. No change. 30 seconds remaining here in round number 2. In the 106-pound weight classification, Winlock High School out of Southwest Washington. 30 seconds remain. Carpio applying the tight waist on the left side, going from the left to the right. Want to switch off. The head lever, trying to get control at the wrist, does so. Now it's a matter of what you can do with it. Not much time remaining, 5 seconds. Trying to stay control, hip to hip. And that will be the end of round number 2. 4 minutes in, 2 minutes to go. And the 106-pound championship final. Archer of Winlock leads in the match. Rachel Archer, a junior, leading Arian Carpio, a freshman, 2-1.
That's Kelso's Josh Newberg. 5-1 lead there.
Carpio solid down in referee's position, working on her base, trying to work something out. Archer has a tight waist applied from the right side to the left. Archer maintaining hip-to-hip pressure. 1:20 to go here in this final round at 106 pounds. Archer has a left ankle of Carpio's trapped and slowly breaking Carpio down. Wants to work on a wrist ride from the opposite side, left to right. Slowly working to her base. Got a possibility at a switch there, but right there, Archer was there to stop. 45 seconds left. For the freshman, she's got to get an escape in order to get a tie. She's got a chance, a stand-up. Opportunity to switch now. All she has to do is stand up and face, and there it is. 1 point escape, Carpio. We are tied at 2-2, 20 seconds to go. An opportunity at a single leg. Carpio missed it. Has got to hang on for that right leg of Archer for dear life. 10 seconds, does not want to let control go. And Archer gets a 2-point takedown with 5 seconds to go in the match. And that's it. Winning by decision by a score of 4-2. Your champion at 106 pounds from Winlock High School, Rachel Archer.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
From Bonnie Lake. And at 120 pounds for the championship in the B tournament.
We now go to 112 pounds, our championship final, featuring Kyra BATARA of Mountain View out of Vancouver and Yodi Laws from Bonnie Lake High School, which is not too far away from here, just up Highway 410. Bonnie Lake, east of Sumner.
38 this year. Proud parents Lena. He wrestles in the green and white of the Goats of Chelan High School.
BATARA for Mountain View will have the green anklet. She's in the blue jersey with the green accents and the lightning all throughout the front and back. And for Laws,
Highland Scotties Andres Teresa.
And the dark navy blue with the slash of the Panthers claws. She will have the red anklet as we are 1 minute in here in the opening round. This championship final for the girls at 112 pounds. Kyra BATARA, a senior. First in districts, first in regionals. Down in the southwest part of the state. Part of Region 3. Returning state placer, West Coast Championship. Won that, a 4-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion. And a 2-point takedown for Yodi Laws of Bonnie Lake. And slowly actually goes out of bounds, no change in position. Yodi Laws will get the opening takedown. 2 points. BATARA, as mentioned, 4-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion. Second in the Gracie Nationals open weight. And has a grade point average of 4.0. 21 wins, 1 loss on the year for Yodi Laws of Bonnie Lake, a senior. Last year, 2011, first in districts, fourth in regionals. State participant last year in the 2011 MAC Classic. 41 wins, 7 losses on the year. 60 wins, 17 losses in her career. Both are seniors. Now's the end of the opening round. 2 minutes more as we go into round number 2. BATARA with a choice, chooses down a referee's position to start this second round. Laws with a 2-0 lead, trying to find something. Got control of the opposite wrist, wanted to do something with it. Has BATARA broken down. Girls wrestling really taking shape in this state over the years. More schools are adding it to the curriculum. Outstanding. And there's some really talented girls wrestling here in the Pacific Northwest. BATARA for Mountain View, the Thunder, out of the Greater St. Helens League.
She's returning to state. First in district, first in regionals.
Still in control. Laws goes 2-on-1 on the wrist. Switches up now. Going to the opposite wrist now with under a minute to go here in round number 2. This is the championship final at 112 pounds.
11 losses. He's the ASB Vice President. He's coached by Kyle Dodge.
Going 2-on-1 on the wrist on the left, trying to set something up with it. While BATARA trying to do something to change her position.
Coached by Rick Bowers. He's wearing the blue of the Warden Cougars. Javier.
Wants to try to step in there. Law is trying to step in and go for a Jake leg. Not there. Now supporting points, looking possibly to go out of bounds. There it is. It will go out of bounds. Stops the clock with 12 10 seconds remain. The 24th annual MAC Classic here inside the woodshed at Tacoma Dome. I'm John Jensen. Glad to have you with us for coverage
That's the end of the second round
of the MAC Classic here on WIAAnetwork.com. And action goes out of bounds. No change in position. 7 6/10 seconds remain. BATARA set in referee's position. Laws at the mountain. There we go. Final seconds tick off here in round number 2. So 4 minutes in and 2 to go. Laws now with the choice, and she will choose down in referee's position with a 2-0 lead. BATARA will set her mount. Kyra BATARA for Mountain View. Yodi Laws of Bonnie Lake. Well, Laws, if Laws can pull off an escape here, as she's trying to go with a hip heist, might have something, may have caught BATARA in a predicament. Indeed, that's the case, and has an arm bar right there. 2 points for the reversal for Laws. Now with a 4-0 lead. BATARA has got to go for a reversal or something. At least an escape to try to keep it within, trying to keep manageable here. Laws is really up close and personal. May have gotten too high. There she goes, and back in control at the hip. That is the left arm trapped. Thought about going for a force half. Trying control of an ankle. There is a really good opportunity to daisy chain for a Jake leg, but did not happen.
Awards on 106 pounds.
BATARA got to do something to change her position. 35 seconds remaining here in the match. The third and final round, there's a force half, slipped right out. Roll through, no change.
The boys and 106 for the girls. Be ready.
Yodi Laws. Staying in control. Trying to tie up, go one-on-one with the wrists. 10 seconds to go. Final seconds. Tick down. And that will do it. Winning by a decision of 4-0. Your champion at 112 pounds for the Bonnie Lake Panthers from the South Puget Sound League. Yodi Laws. We'll have more here from the girls' mat. This is the 2012 Mat Classic here on WIAA.com. Back with more after this.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said, "Go to Les Schwab." When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
We now go 118-pound weight classification. Our championship final featuring Taylor Graham, a senior for Burlington Edison. She will be in the blue singlet. And the black tights, scoring off with junior Cassidy Myers from Kentwood out of the South Puget Sound. Burlington Edison out of the Northwest Coast. About 35 miles north of Everett. Right smack in the heart of Skagit County, just a stone's throw away from Mount Vernon, just to the south of Burlington Edison. Still waiting to see who gets in control here. Wrestling out of bounds, no change in position. Both wrestlers will be in the neutral position. Taylor Graham, a senior, first in districts, third in regionals. A 2011 state participant at 112 pounds, 2010 state participant at 103 pounds. Finished first in districts at 103 pounds in 2010, 112 pounds in 2011, 118 pounds here in 2012. Academic runner-up in 2011, academic state champion this year in 2012. State track alternate at 800 meters in 2011, and a cross-country state participant in Class 2A in 2011. For Cassidy Myers of Kentwood, first in districts, first in regionals. State placer finishing 6th at 118 pounds in 2010, same weight, 4th place. In 2011, Myers, a junior for the Conquerors, or Conks for short. Out of the South Puget Sound League North Division, and right there, Cassidy Myers will get the takedown, 2 points. According to the Washington Wrestling Report, Cassidy Myers has the first round ends with Myers with the 2-0 lead from the takedown. And the choice for the second round will go to Taylor Graham from Burlington Edison, and she will choose down in referee's position. Myers sets her mount for the right side, and there we go. Myers has a grade point average of 3.75, fourth place in high school rugby nationals, invited to try out for the USA National Under-20 rugby team. Going head-to-head, records on the year, Graham for Burlington Edison, 30 wins, 5 losses. Cassidy Myers at 25 wins and 3 losses. For a career, Myers is 84-22.
Black and silver for the Conquerors of Kentwood, Junior Cassidy Myers. Down here on the B-mat.
So for Graham of Burlington Edison, 7th in freestyle at the Fargo tournament in 2011, 3rd in the Vancouver West Coast tournament at 124 pounds in 2012, 2nd in regionals at 118. So these two going at it. Cassidy Myers for the Conquerors, ranked number 1 according to the Washington Wrestling Report. Taylor Graham for Burlington Edison, state placer again in 2011. 40 seconds to go here in round number 2, this 118-pound championship final. Cassidy Myers of Kentwood leading in the match by a score of 2-0. Graham needs to improve her position, may have something, and ends up getting a 1-point escape. And Graham is in a little bit of trouble. She was not in good position. And Myers ends up getting control for a takedown for 2 points more. That's 4-1. Myers working on the wrist right on the left-hand side. And that will be it for the end of round 2. 4 minutes in, 2 to go, and it will be the choice for Cassidy Myers for Kentwood, and she will choose down a referee's position. So for the senior from the Skagit Valley, from the Hub City, Taylor Graham, she's got her work cut out for her. Needs 3 to tie, 4 to take a lead. Minute 40 remaining here in the match. Might have an armbar on the left-hand side, but fighting it off strongly is Myers. Having a solid base. Wants to protect that 4-1 lead she has, but she has to make an effort to improve on her position. Will be called through stalling, as now we got 1 minute to go in the match. At 118 pounds. Taylor Graham from Edison trying to do something with that arm bar on the left-hand side. And controlling the wrist with the right. Might have something there. Myers fighting it off with all she's got. Want to turn that into a potentially dangerous hold. That's exactly what they did as the referees stopped the action with a potentially dangerous hold. That armbar turned into a chicken wing, and when that happens, that can make things quite dangerous. Possible shoulder dislocation. 15 seconds left in the final round of this match at 118 pounds. Cassidy Myers, a junior. Fighting it off with the final seconds left. And that will do it. Winning by a decision. A 4-1 for the Kentwood Conquerors out of Kent. Junior Varsity Buyers.
You can enjoy the best moments from this year's OSAA State Championships over and over again. Just purchase a high-quality DVD from PrepFilms.com. Order online from PrepFilms.com and you'll get an enhanced version that includes scoreboard graphics. PrepFilms.com also has an extensive archive of past OSAA State Championships. PrepFilms.com, your online home for OSAA State Championship video.
We now go to the 124-pound championship final for girls wrestling here at the 24th annual MAC Classic here at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. Featuring Jennifer Anderson out of Emerald Ridge, a senior, wrestling Katie Allen of Mount Vernon. Emerald Ridge, part of the Puyallup School District, one of 4 high schools in the Puyallup School District. Anderson, a senior in the South Puget Sound League Southern Division. Katie Allen out of Mount Vernon in the Skagit Valley, 30 miles north of Everett. And Anderson getting the takedown, a 2-point takedown for Anderson of Emerald Ridge, leading now by a score of 2-0 as action goes out of bounds. Accomplishments for these wrestlers. Anderson for the Emerald Ridge Jaguars, 5th in state at 130 pounds in 2011. A cumulative grade point average of 3.81, a state participant in 2010, a national tournament participant in, as well as a cross-country captain, undefeated this year at 34-0. Her career record is 96 wins, 14 losses. Katie Allen for the Mount Vernon Bulldogs out of the Northwest Conference, Class 3A. They will be moving up to 4A next year. Mount Vernon High School will be participating in out of the Western Conference. Allen placed 1st in districts, 1st in regionals, a state participant in 2010, 5th at state last year in 2011, 1st at freestyle state in 2011. Katie with a record of 26 wins, 2 losses on the season, 77 wins, 11 losses in her career. Allen is only a junior. 2-0 here in the first round, final seconds. Tick down here in the opening round at 124 pounds. And that's the whistle, the end, the first 2 minutes of wrestling, and the toss will go to Allen of Mount Vernon, who have the red anklet. Red defers to green. Anderson for Emerald Ridge will have the choice, and she will choose down in referee's position. Has herself set in referee's position down. Allen sets them out. And there we go. 2-0 is our score. Anderson for the Emerald Ridge Jaguars with the advantage, points-wise. Allen needs to work for the breakdown. She's trying to tie her wrist up. She's got the right wrist tied up. But you don't want to get too high in a situation in terms of hip control. Allen got the left wrist trapped up, and we're going to have ourselves a stalemate. No change in position. Our officials here on the girls' mat for this MAC Classic: Sam Nishi, Eric Davis, and Sean Tuck. Anderson. Down in referee's position, worked on a base. Allen trying to twist it through. Has control of both wrists, has the left arm bar set up nicely, and got the right wrist trapped. Trying to work for a tilt. Anderson fighting that base, trying to maintain position and not get turned. And doing so quite well, thwarting that off as we are under 1 minute to go here in round number 2 of this 124 championship final.
36 wins and 3 losses. He is Aaron Arredondo. His opponent of the Olympian Trojans, the blue and silver.
Trying to work for a stand-up, looking for a hip heist and got out. Got the 1-point escape before going out of bounds. 3-0 for Anderson of Emerald Ridge. Shot at the single by Allen. Anderson sprawled back. Shot the hips back, sprawled the legs back, now trying to get control. Allen still had control of the leg, and a 2-point takedown for Anderson. 5-0. Jennifer Anderson of Emerald Ridge now with a sizable advantage, and Allen had a chance at something there, but time had expired. And now, asking for stoppage time, injury time, not going to get it. Anderson now with the advantage. She'll be down to referee's position. Katie Allen set them out. Now got to fight hands. Anderson trying to fight with the wrists. Now Allen is in not an advantageous position right now. Still has control technically. She's too high on the hips, but she's got her right arm tucked under. We're going to have ourselves a stalemate. Had an opportunity of getting a half Nelson on the right-hand side, but did not take advantage of it. So it stops the clock with 1:29 to go. Katie Allen from Mount Vernon down 5-0, needing points and quickly. Great step over right there is a half Nelson for Allen. Anderson fighting it off. Trying to isolate that left arm and do something with it. Allen is. Stalemate. No change in position. Stopping the clock with 53 and 3/10 remaining. The final round here at 124 pounds. Anderson sets down the referee's position. Allen takes them out, and there we go once again. Fighting hands, inside of a minute to go. Allen trying to work on wrist control on the left-hand side as a figure 4. And we're going to have ourselves a star warning on green. Star warning on Anderson for Emerald Ridge. As we have a stoppage. When the officials talking with the coach from Mount Vernon, so while we have a stoppage in the action, you can get access to all of our coverage on the archives at WIAAnetwork.com. And after the conversation, we get back to the activities at hand. Anderson down to referee's position. Allen sets him out. 38 and 1/10 remain. And we're going to have ourselves a stoppage. False start. Caution on Katie Allen on Mount Vernon in the red anklets. 5-0. Anderson with an advantage. Needing quick points and a 1-point escape for Anderson. Now 6-0. 25 seconds left in the final round at 124 pounds. Anderson trying to get control. Allen has a double leg, and clock's gonna tick down, and that will do it. Winning by a decision by a score of 6-0. Your girls wrestling champion at 124 pounds from Emerald Ridge High School of Puyallup, senior Jennifer Anderson.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And Patrick Paolo from the center. In 2A, it's Jake Velarde from North Kitsap and Joe Grable.
Now to 130 pounds, and it will feature two familiar foes out of the Northwest District. Featuring Kara EBERGSON from Squalicum High School of Bellingham and Jessie Keck from Cedro-Woolley out of Skagit County, east of Burlington and Mount Vernon on State Route 20. 130 pounds weight classification. And a 2-point takedown for Jessie Keck of Cedro-Woolley in the blue singlet with the black and white diamonds on the side. Cedro-Woolley in the front block lettering. She will have the green anklet. Jessie Keck, a senior, first in district, first in regional. Finished 8th at the 2009 MAC Classic at 125, 5th in 2010 at 125 pounds, runner-up at 130. In 2011, a record on the year, 33 wins, 1 loss. A career record of 127 wins, 14 losses. And here is a really significant accomplishment. Done it all with a grade point average of 3.8. Kara EBERGSON of Squalicum High School of Bellingham, a senior. First in districts, third in regionals, 2012 sub-regional champion, 2012 regional runner-up, and first in girls state placer at Squalicum High School. The first girls state placer at Squalicum High School for the Storm. One of three high schools in the Bellingham School District. You got Squalicum, which is east of Bellingham proper. Bellingham High School, home of the Red Raiders, and then up on Seaholm Hill, the Seaholm Mariners. All three schools are in the Northwest Conference in Class 2A. As the first round wraps up, a 2-0 lead for Keck of Cedro-Woolley. And the toss of the coin went to Keck of Cedro-Woolley, deferred to EBERGSON, and chose neutral. Both wrestlers in the standing position, and a great ankle pick and a beauty to get things set up for a 2-point takedown. Now 4-0 in favor of Jessie Keck.
Black and red of the Orting Cardinals, returning champion Shannon Barris.
Trying to work a far side cradle.
Everyone introduces the wrestlers over on the 2.
And nothing was there.
First we had a soft.
Keck has an overhook on the left-hand side, works a crossface, wants to tie something up. Got the elbow crossed up. Setting up, there's a cradle right there for the taking. And right now, EBERGSON. EBERGSON had a possible opportunity for an escape. Now Keck is a flip through, no change. Got to hold the shoulders at 45 degrees or less in order to get near fall time. Need a minimum of 2 seconds with the shoulders inside of 45 seconds to get near fall.
138 pounds for the championship.
5 seconds or more will get you 3 near fall points.
The senior is a 3.21 GPA.
Control the left arm, sucked it under, and right there, a cross-body ride, a near fall, possible pinning situation for Jesse Keck of Cedro Woolley. 20 seconds remaining here in round number 2. And there it is. There's the fall. Match time, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Your champion at 130 pounds for the Cedro Woolley Cubs, senior Jesse Keck.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
We now go to the 137-pound weight classification. Our championship final in girls wrestling featuring Katarina Todd of Auburn High School out of the South Puget Sound League's Northern Division and Alicia Reyes of Othello from Eastern Washington out of the CWAC, Central Washington Athletic Conference. And a 2-point takedown. 2-point takedown for Katarina Todd in the all-black singlet. For the Auburn Trojans of the South Puget Sound League, Northern Division. Reyes with a red singlet, red and black singlet. Trying to work a hip heist. Brings her right back down. Now looks at a head lever on the left-hand side. Switches it up to the armbar series. Has the right wrist trapped and is going to end up rolling through. Can't score any points from being out of bounds. So no change there. 2-0 in favor of Katarina Todd of Auburn High School. Todd, state champion from last year. First in regionals, first in districts in 2011. 2012, first in districts, first in regionals, and a potentially dangerous hole. That's going to stop things right there. For Alicia Reyes, well, Todd's a senior. Alicia Reyes is a junior for the Othello High Huskies. First in districts, first in regionals, a state participant in 2011 at 140 pounds. First Othello finalist in the 3-year program. Katarina Todd now too high in terms of leverage-wise, and we're going to have ourselves a stalemate. No change in position. We're going to have injury time here at the Tacoma Dome here on the girls' mat.
State champions with 28 wins and 2 losses. Andrew White. His opponent,
Apparently we have some blood on the mat there. And things will be tended to accordingly.
Coached by Scott, Bailey, Lance, and Scott Grandpa.
Looking head-to-head, Katarina Todd for Auburn on the season. 31 wins, 2 losses for a career. 94 wins and 8 losses. On the year for Alicia Reyes, 36-1. Todd is the number one ranked wrestler, girls wrestler in the state, 137 pounds. And Reyes trying to work out possible escape right there, trying to fight things off. Still in control, Todd is. With 10 seconds remaining here in the opening round at 137 pounds. And that will stop the end of the opening round here at 137 pounds. Reyes will have the choice and go into the neutral position, both wrestlers up. Step, circle, change levels, wanting to tie things up, and we're going to have a stoppage as we have ourselves the cotton come out of the nose of Alicia Reyes of Othello. So that's going to get things cleared up. Stuff more cotton in there. And get back to the grind. No. We got to get both back in neutral position. There we go. Second round with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. Reyes wanting to tie up. Todd with a snap down. And action goes out of bounds. No change. Both wrestlers go back into the neutral position. Two-point takedown for Todd of Auburn. Reyes trying to get a switch and sets up right there. There's an arm bar. Was right there for the taking for Todd. Just slipped right there. Reyes fighting it off. Trying to maintain a base. A double arm bar, and that's time for a tilt. Near fall. Possible pinning situation for Katarina Todd for the Auburn Trojans. Switches it up, goes to the cross body ride right there. Under a minute to go, clock rolling, 54 seconds. There's a fall, match time, 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Winning by fall, your state champion at 137 pounds for the Auburn Trojans, senior Katarina Todd.
We were driving from Portland to California for a bike race when a tire went flat. We limped into Les Schwab, but it was closed for the night. Hoping for some good Les Schwab mojo, we began changing it ourselves. Just then, John appeared and reopened the store. He quickly assessed that all the tires were about to go and got us a new set so we could make the race. Super John deserves a medal for rescuing our road trip. I'm Kim Brown, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
We now go to 145 pounds, and it will feature two seniors in this championship final. In the gold singlet and the green trim, that's Stephanie Simon from Evergreen High School of Vancouver out of the Greater St. Helens League. Squaring off with Latea Holmes out of Fife. Just to the east here on I-5, like within 5 miles away. Great shot at the double leg by Simon. Goes out of bounds. No, we're going to get the 2-point takedown before the control was out of bounds. Control was initiated before both wrestlers went out of bounds, so the Plainsman, Stephanie Simon for Evergreen High of Vancouver, getting the first takedown and leading in the match by a score of 2-0. Simon third, second in state, fourth in the nation in freestyle, accepted to the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. Undefeated on the year, first place in district, first place in regionals for Simon. Latea Holmes out of Fife, also a senior. Second in districts, third in the region. Finished, was a state placer at 135 pounds last year, finished 8th place. Inside of 1 minute here in the opening round. Championship match at 145 pounds.
30 and 10. His parents are Dennis and Linda Green. He's in the green, white, and black of the East Valley Spokane Red Devils.
Girls wrestling in the state standings for this 2012 MAC Classic. Cedral Woolley with a pretty comfortable lead up on the top at 83 points. Fife at 70. Stanwood at 65.5. White River at 64. Kelso and Mount Baker each with 57. 55 points for Warden. Emerald Ridge at 51. Centralia at 50. Mount Vernon and Enumclaw each tied at 44 team points. And the girls wrestling here at the 2012 MAC Classic. 1 point down for the escape by Holmes. But Simon leading in the match by a score. Stall warning on Green. Stall warning on Red, beg your pardon, and 1 point for Green. Makes it 3-1 at the end of the first round. Holmes with a choice, defers to round 3. Stephanie Simon for the Evergreen Plainsmen out of Vancouver from the Greater St. Helens League. Chooses down in referee's position. Latea Holmes, a senior from Fife, will set her mount. Hip heist, isolate, and a 1 point escape. Very quick work on the part of Simon right there. Stephanie Simon ranked second in the state according to the Washington Wrestling Report. Latea Holmes, Fife, ranked fourth. And a 2 point takedown. And a near fall situation for Simon of Evergreen. Reverse half and a cross body right has got the right arm of Latea Holmes trapped. Cross body near fall being counted off. 1:19 to go here in round number 2 here at 145 pounds. Trying to stretch that right arm out for the scapula to be exposed. Very close on that cross body ride. There's the fall. Match time at 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Your winner by fall for the Evergreen Plainsmen of Vancouver, senior Stephanie Simon.
You can enjoy the best moments from this year's OSAA State Championships over and over again. Just purchase a high-quality DVD from PrepFilms.com. Order online from PrepFilms.com and you'll get an enhanced version that includes scoreboard graphics. PrepFilms.com also has an extensive archive of past OSAA State Championships. PrepFilms.com, your online home for OSAA State Championship video.
We now go to 155 pounds in girls wrestling. Our championship final will feature Kaya Van Skyok of Lakes High School of Lakewood, just south here in Tacoma, squaring off with Haley Rabenstein of Cedral Woolley out of Skagit County from the Northwest League. Lakes High School is part of the SPSL 3A. Action goes out of bounds and a 2 point takedown for Haley Rabenstein of Cedral Woolley before action goes out of bounds. Rabenstein, and we're going to get there. There we go. Get things situated because Rabenstein got control and got the takedown before action went out of bounds. Van Skyok on the year, 21 wins and 2 losses. Her career record, 52 wins and 3 losses. Was third in 2011 in the state tournament at 160 pounds. First in district, first in regionals this year. For Rabenstein, 38 wins and 2 losses this year, and a 2 point reversal for Van Skyok of Lakes. Now we're tied at 2-2 and a 2 point near fall. Makes it 4-2 in favor of Van Skyok. Rabenstein, 2009 state placer at 135 pounds, 2010 finishing third at 135 pounds, and 1 point for the escape for Rabenstein. And almost trying to get caught by surprise. Now we're back in this. Now we're squared off in the center. Single taken by Rabenstein. Got to get the single at the knee. Trying to set up for the double leg. Try to go for a head and arm attempt by Van Skyek and slipped right there. Rabenstein gets a 2-point takedown, back heel, tramping out of position. And right now, Van Skyek has a potential pinning situation. Got near fall on the cross body right with 10 seconds to go here in the opening round at 155 pounds. 4 seconds left, fighting it off. 2-1 and time. That's going to be a 3-point near fall for Van Skyek. A 2-point reversal. 3-point near fall for Van Skyek. And at the end of 2 minutes, a high-scoring affair. 9-5 in favor of Kaya Van Skyek of Lakes High School of Lakewood. And with the choice from the coin flip, Van Skyek will choose down in referee's position. Van Skyek is only a sophomore. And according to the Washington Wrestling Report, Van Skyek is ranked 7th in the state for Lakes, finishing 3rd last year at 160. £155. Action goes out of bounds with 1:39 to go here in round number 2. Rabenstein was part of a homecoming royalty procedural Woolley team captain for the girls wrestling team. Rabenstein with a record of 38 wins and 2 losses this season. A career record of 126-15. One minute, 20 seconds to go here in the second round of this 155-pound championship final. Reaching from behind and got a head and arm. And still waiting at near fall being counted off. Looks like we're going to have a 2-point reversal and a near fall possible pinning situation for Van Skyek. Kaya Van Skyek of Lakes. 2-point reversal. Waiting for the hold to break and a 3-point near fall. Makes it 14-5 in favor of Kaya Van Skyek of Lakes High School of Lakewood. Rabenstein, procedural Wooley's got a lot of work to do. Van Skyek has a significant accomplishment academically with a grade point average of 3.7. Trying to work a force half on the right-hand side. Rabenstein fighting it off for the Cedral Woolley Cubs. Final seconds tick down at round number 2 here at 155 pounds. And that will do it. 4 minutes in, 2 minutes to go. The choice for Haley Rabenstein, the senior. And she will choose neutral. Both wrestlers standing in the neutral position. Van Skyek is content to lock up. Working on a 2-on-1, setting up for the single leg right there, and boom goes the dynamite. That's a head and arm right there, a 2-point takedown. Forthcoming a near fall. Being counted off, getting control of the arm and wants to get the reverse half. Step over and a cross body right, and Rabenstein is in a predicament right now. Van Skyek has near fall coming with 1:20 to go in the match. Elevating the head on the reverse half, cross body right, sinking that thing in deep. A 2-point takedown right there makes it 16-5. 1 minute remaining here in the final round at 155 pounds in the girls wrestling championship final here at the Tacoma Dome. There's the full match time at 5 minutes and 8 seconds. Your champion at 155 pounds for the Lakes Lancers, KAECH, a sophomore.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Now we go to the 170-pound weight classification. It will feature a freshman from Connell High School. This is northeast of the Tri-Cities, Richland, Pasco, and Kennewick, Felicia Orozco. Orozco undefeated with a record of 17 wins, no losses. Taking on Camry Allen of Mount Vernon out of the Northwest Conference, Northwest 3A. Mount Vernon, the county seat of Skagit County, 30 miles north of Everett. Allen is in the black singlet with the green trim. Orozco in the white with the eagle on the back and the purple stripes on the front. Or purple stripes on the side, left and right. Both that action goes out of bounds. 1:22 remaining here in the opening round of this championship final at 170 pounds. John Jensen with you here on the WIAA Network. On a head up, trying to set up. A head up. To tie up. Good 10 on top. Looking to try and get a snap down, trying to set something up. Orozco is. Inside of a minute. And right there, Camry Allen's got a head and arm. A 2-point takedown forthcoming for Allen. Here's Nearfall being counted off. Got the right arm trap along with the head sunk deep. Trying to bridge out of it. Trying to fight out of it is Orozco. 30 seconds remain here in the opening round at 170 pounds. Our officials on the girls' mat, Sam Nishi, Eric Davis, and Sean Tuck. Allen, Camry Allen from Mount Vernon, trying to give it all she's got. A cross body right there with 5 seconds to go. Orozco fighting it off, and that will be it for the end of the first round. 3-point near fall for Camry Allen. And the Mount Vernon Bulldogs with a 5-0 lead. The toss of the coin. Choice will go to Allen. Allen will make the choice and choose down. She's going to choose, or when she committed, she's got to take the first. She's got to take the first choice that she made, and she chose down in referee's position. Orozco sets the mount. The hip heist by Allen and getting a 1-point escape. Now with a 6-0 lead. Both wrestlers are now in the neutral position. Camry Allen, a junior. 6 at state last year in 2011. 3-time district placer in swimming as well. So you can know she's a well-conditioned athlete. Action goes out of bounds, stops the clock with 1:30 to go. Halfway through in this match. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining here in the second round. Orozco. The underhooks, 2 underhooks, trying to set up. Great attempt at a hook in the ankle right there, Allen did. Now got to fight it off, and setting up for something is Allen, and we're going to have ourselves a illegal hold on Allen, 1 point for Orozco. Both wrestlers will stay in the neutral position. Felicia Orozco finished first in districts, first in regionals, is undefeated on the year. Allen is 28-2 this season with a career record of 54 wins, 17 losses. Allen with making a 6-1 lead. Both wrestlers tying up, trying to set something. Orozco with a snap down. Action, both wrestlers step with supporting points out of bounds. Action will go right back to the center of the mat. Again, Orozco was only a freshman. And to climb the ladder to go all the way to a championship final. That's a feat in itself, but to do so, whoa, as every action goes out of bounds. Wrestlers will go back to the center of the mat. And Orozco got up from going out of bounds and might have tweaked a little something right there, possibly on the right lower extremity, an ankle possibly. Shot at a double leg, stall warning called on red. That's Orozco. Snap down by Orozco. Allen right there. And a 2-point takedown for Felicia Orozco of Connell. Inside of 10 seconds here, round number 2 in a championship final. In girls wrestling at 170 pounds, trying to step back and get control. No, that's it. As the second period ends, a 6.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said, "Come on in." They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Inside of a 45-degree angle to get near fall, and we're going to have ourselves a stalemate. Clock stops with 1 minute remaining. Here in the third and final round, Camry Allen of Mount Vernon leading Felicia Orozco of Connell by a score of 6-3. Orozco sets in referee's position. Camry Allen of Mount Vernon sets her mount. Orozco trying to keep her base. Camry Allen will get a leg in on the right side. Trying to find something to work from. Has the left wrist trapped. Trying to do something with it. Working on 30 seconds. Clock stops. Stalemate. No change in position. .32 and 6/10 seconds remain. 6-3, Allen with the advantage. Is trying to hang on. Felicia Orozco needs to change her positioning quickly. 20 seconds remain. Camry Allen, the junior, trying to set something for a possible near fall. Nope, shoulders parallel. Then it's not going to break the plane. No near fall being counted off. 3, 2, 1, and time. Winning by a decision by a score of 6-3. Your girls wrestling champion at 170 pounds, by a score of 6-3 for the Mount Vernon High School Bulldogs. Camry Allen.
You can enjoy the best moments from this year's OSAA State Championships over and over again. Just purchase a high-quality DVD from PrepFilms.com. Order online from PrepFilms.com and you'll get an enhanced version that includes scoreboard graphics. PrepFilms.com also has an extensive archive of past OSAA State Championships. PrepFilms.com, your online home for OSAA State Championship video.
We go now to the 195-pound weight classification, featuring from Battleground High School, Mixley Simon, a junior with a record of 9 wins, 1 loss on the year, a national judo champion, member of the national champion rugby for the Oregon Redhawks Rugby Club. Simon with a record of 9 wins, 1 loss on the year, 38 wins, 6 losses in her wrestling career. Scoring off with freshman Ryan Gibbons of Centralia. Simon is in the white and orange singlet. Ryan Gibbons in the black singlet. And a 2-point takedown for Mixley Simon from Battleground down in Southwest Washington. Centralia High School, a Class 2A. School out of the Black Hills League. Trying to work a half Nelson on the left-hand side. Working it now to a force half on the left-hand side. Gibbons, like Mixley Simon, finishing district, first place in district, first in regionals. And near fall being counted off for Mixley Simon of Battleground. A possible near fall situation. We have a 3-point near fall for Simon for the Battleground Tigers. As we are going to have a stoppage. 5-1 is our score. In favor of Simon in the white and orange singlet, white top and the orange pants. Ryan Gibbons with a record of 20 wins, 2 losses on the year. So those are officials, Eric Davis, Sean Tuck, and Sam Nishi. Square things up. Now an explanation, talking with Mixley Simon for Battleground. Once they're all squared up, now we get back into where control was initiated before the action stopped, and that would be Gibbons down in referee's position. Simon takes her mount, and we get back into it. Less than 45 seconds to go in the opening round. And a hip heist and a 1-point escape for Gibbons. Gibbons may have something. Trying to work for a head and arm, but is out of position, and it slipped right out. And Simon gets control at the hip for a 2-point takedown now. Simon with an advantage at 7-2. Inside of 15 seconds here in the opening round at 195 pounds. And we have ourselves a stalemate. Action back to the center of the mat. Clock stops with 7 seconds remaining.
Second at 116 in 2009, second at 171 pounds in 2010, and first at 109 pounds in 2011.
Gibbons down to referee's position. Simon sets her mount. There we go. Well, I got an opportunity at a stand-up. And right there's a cross-body ride. A reversal forthcoming as they maintain control. And the clock is stopped. 1-point escape awarded for Gibbons before time had expired. Makes it now Simon 7, Gibbons 3 as we go into round number 2. There's a toss of the coin. Choice will go to Gibbons for Centralia. And Gibbons will choose down in referee's position. Again, Mixley Simon with her career record at 38 wins and 6 losses, 9-1 on the year. And the stand-up by Gibbons. She has something, but can she do anything with it but not get tilted over? Right there is a half Nelson ready for the taking right there for Simon. And Gibbons is fighting it off for all her might. Potentially dangerous hold. That stops the action right there with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here in round number 2. Again, Mixley Simon, a junior for Battleground, home of the Tigers. Leading in the match over Ryan Gibbons of Centralia, 7-3. And we're going to have ourselves a false start. False start on Simon. Jump start a little too quick. Going to change things up and go set from the other way. Gibbons trying to isolate. Does so with a hip heist. A beauty. 1 point for the escape for Gibbons. Cutting into the lead now at 7-4 in favor of Simon. A head and arm possible combination right there for Gibbons. Can she turn through it? She's not in an advantage situation just yet. Action goes out of bounds. No change as the supporting points touched outside of the boundary. Both will go back into neutral position. Both wrestlers standing up. Back to neutral. 1 minute to go. Now we're at the halfway point of the match. 7-4 in favor of Simon of Battleground. Both wrestlers tied up. Step, circle. Want to change levels. Both are contending on tying up. It's really nice to have the setup off of it. Both are working. Step, circle, change levels, and they go right back to the tie once again. 20 seconds to go here in round number 2. Simon with an overhook on the right arm. Now they shake it off and go right back to working to the center of the mat with final seconds to go here in round number 2 at 195 pounds. And that will be it for the end of the second period. 2 minutes to go. The final round. The championship final in girls wrestling at 195 pounds. Simon chooses down a referee's position. Gibbons will set her mount. Steps over and has Simon broken down. Now, that's a matter of what you can do with it. In this case, Gibbons goes for the reverse half, has something, but is out of position. And a cross-body ride near fall. Possible pinning situation for the freshman Ryan Gibbons of Centralia. 1:33 to go in the match. Simon trying to bridge out. And there's a fall. Match time at 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Your winner by fall, a freshman from Centralia High School, home of the Tigers, Ryan Gibbons. Back with our final match for girls wrestling in this 2012 MAC Classic here for the Tacoma Dome. After we take time out, coverage of the 2012 MAC Classic will be right here and right back here on WIAA
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said,
"Go to Les Schwab."
When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Go to the final match in girls wrestling in this 2012 MAC Classic featuring Susie Molyneux of Bellingham and Laura Charbonneau of Stanwood. Both these wrestlers are familiar with one another. Molyneux from Bellingham and the solid white and red. Laura Charbonneau from Stanwood out of the WESCO Conference. WESCO 4A going to drop down to 3A next year. Got the takedown for 2 points, and right now Molyneux is got a half Nelson, going to try to get control, does so, gets a 2-point reversal. We're all tied at 2. Trying to work the force half on the right-hand side. And wrestlers go out of bounds, no change. 2-2 is our score. Again, this is senior Laura Charbonneau. Charbonneau of Stanwood. Finished 5th in 2010 at 171 plus. Runner-up last year at 171 plus. Gotten and significant accomplishments for Charbonneau. Gotten first at every tournament she wrestled this year. Undefeated with a record of 24-0, 75-7. For Charbonneau, the senior for Stanwood. The career record, 75 wins and 7 losses. For Susie Molyneux of Bellingham, finished 8th in state last year. 9-1 her record this year, 30 wins, 5 losses in her career. And a 1-point escape for Charbonneau for Stanwood, now with a 3-2 lead inside of 30 seconds here in the opening round at 265 pounds. Charbonneau is a senior, Molyneux only a sophomore. Front head and arm. And getting control, a 2-point takedown for Charbonneau of Stanwood. Less than 10 seconds to go. Working the force half on the far side. Final seconds tick off. And that will do it. That's the whistle to sound the end of the first round here at 265 pounds. Laura Charbonneau of Stanwood leading Susie Molyneux of Bellingham by a score of 5-2. Molyneux had the choice in the toss. Deferred the call before the choice the third round. Charbonneau chooses down to referee's position. Molyneux. That's the matter. We get underway. Charbonneau tried to trap an arm of Molyneux. Did not happen. Molyneux working for a force half on the right-hand side. But Charbonneau's got her hips twisted on the counter. Now it's a matter of what you can do with it. Trying to force a half, and she's out of position. Charbonneau's got a right leg, so it goes down to the ankle. Now all she has to do is climb the ladder to get the reversal and get control. And there it is right there, a 2-point reversal for Laura Charbonneau of Stanwood. Now leading in the match by a score of 7-2. There's a force half on the right side by Charbonneau. Fighting it off is Molyneux, getting to work to a base. 60 seconds remaining. We're halfway through this championship match at 265. Crossface going with the cross wrist ride from right to left, trying to set something up. Molyneux fighting it off for the Bellingham Red Raiders. Again, Bellingham, one of 3 high schools, and switching it up, going to a reverse half, a reverse head and arm. Near fall being counted off. The reverse half by Charbonneau is locked in deep. And a paw right there. Match time, 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Your winner by fall, Girls wrestling, your champion at 265 pounds, the senior for the Stanwood Spartans, Laura Charbonneau. That is our final match of this 2012 MAC Classic for girls wrestling. Find out all the statistics, the final team numbers, and all the placers. Log on to WIAA.com. They will have all the brackets and all the places. We thank all of our sponsors and supporters for being a part of our coverage here at the 24th Annual MAC Classic here at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington.